How's it going, everybody? Very short prep. Take a look at Freebird because he's going to be the Freebird, the Phoenix. April 3rd, 73. We run that. You do have the number 2. The O2 stands for 2, which was my friend's jersey number that died on May 8th. That has led us to this mirror of that date because exactly 1 year after his death, a tornado hit our school. And my mom died on May 6th, my dad May 7th, and then his death May 8th, subsequent tornado. Always look to that date, but now I'm looking at the mirror and it ends up being Sean Connery's birthday, the mirror, 8/25. And they released Dr. No, his first James Bond movie in America, on its mirror of May 8th. So these two mirror dates, 128 and 237, 128 days with 237 left, or vice versa, they are mirror dates of each other. And of course, I'm pretty sure that would be on non-leap years, unless I don't think that would work. It would be day 129 with 237 left. Yeah, so then it would be day 238. Yeah, so it does not work on leap years. Duh. My bad. I got brain fog. I'm hurting bad. So, all right, the next set of preps. Started looking at Conclave. Start thinking about that and all the umbrellas in the movie. Umbrellas are big symbolism for Rain Man and Shelter from the Storm. Uh, we all know about all the different Rain Man songs and Gimme Shelter, Rolling Stones, that had the lyrics rape and murder. Once the book of Revelation is open in real time, it is not going to be good. It is not going to be good at all. This earth is going to not be a good place to be at all. And Shelter from the Storm, I believe that was just lyrics. I don't think that was actually a song. Bob Dylan, Shelter from the Storm. Shelter from the, yeah, it is a song by Bob Dylan. I knew that. Gimme Shelter, Rolling Stones, Wikipedia. I don't think we've looked at this yet, have we? November 28th, 1969. Let's take a look at it. Yes, I should have had it prepped for you, so my apologies. And sure enough, 207, which is 119 Donald plus 88 Trump. 119 Donald in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, they use it all the time. Just like Donnie Darko was released on January 19th, 119, in 2001, the Space Odyssey year. 68 in the months, 828 months, days, which is Donald Trump in the Sumerian, I think it is, and the English gematria, 6 times simple gematria. And on Rising Day, if you include both dates, it's fused with 727, the length of IPEC GOAT, or run it to the 28th of the total lunar. It's 727, include both dates. It's the thumbnail time 728 of IPEC GOAT. Shelter from the Storm, Bob Dylan. No release date given, but recording date September 17th, 1974. $189.70. Well, remember, 189 is Donald J. Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, and 589 is Donald Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. The 89 is big with him. And the 97th verse of Revelation is the opening of the seal, which I believe represents the right eye wound. And then the 98th verse, or the white horse crowning verse, the following verse, I believe represents rising, death and rising. 97, 98th verse, or Revelation 6:1 and 6:2. So, yeah, anyway, conclave. Getting back to that. August 30th, August 25th, November 29th. Got 3 dates. Ready? $7.25, rising day would be $7.27 again. I pet goats. Time frame, once you click it on YouTube. The next date, why do I have, I don't know. It's 669. So perfect 22 months, 22nd prime number is 79 murder. So let me try this one more time. Conclave Wikipedia. I just want to make sure, for some reason I had this date pulled up to the wrong date. I want to make sure the other one did. August 30th. Okay. Let's double check and make sure. Yeah, 725. It was correct. Yeah, I really I had two of them pulled up incorrectly. Wow. 634, eh? Okay. So 34 is murder in the four base ciphers, plain and simple. 216 is in the hours, 6 times 6 times 6 in James Bond's car tag. Wow. Okay. But the 634 is a gigantic personal cipher. I can't even begin to tell you. Okay. And our last little prep, sort of big. Cool Hand Luke was flagged on one of their AI videos where they like to tell us half truths and three-quarters truths. They expose a lot of stuff in their world, a lot of ciphers. Of course, it came out November 1st, which represents death, because on the third day is November 3rd, which is the opening of One World Trade Tower, represents rising. Its numerical mirror is 311. When they, we know what happened then, 311 2020, and then 313 2020 on the third day, symbolism. And 311 is opposite 9/11 on the circular calendar, and 9/11 was all about rising, because most countries write the dates backwards than us, and September was once the seventh month. So 9/11 was really about, it was death and rising, as it was really about Revelation 11:7. Cool Hand Luke, November 1st, 1967, to our event day or to our rising day, has 148, Donald J. Trump and simple gematria, dead center, right in the middle. And a sort of palindrome of it, a 2, 148, 2. Even though that's not a, and look at the years, 58 years, 9 months, 589 is Donald Trump in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, aka the most biblical. Love and Other Drugs featured Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises and Donnie Darko. So again, you're mixing the movies and of course the 6-7. And I wanted to show y'all something also. Hang on just a quick second. I want to cut the sound for you here. And on the Donnie Darko film, this took place on October 25th. And remember, it's the mirror date. It's the mirror overlay month It's an exact overlay of this August. In other words, the first of both start on Saturdays. The second is on Sundays. The 25th, our event date that we're thinking of, there is on a Tuesday, and in the film, this was also on a Tuesday, October 25th. Remember, October was once the 8th month, so they're really talking about the 8th month, August. And you're going to see the big 6-7 here. As we've been telling you, it's got the name Fry on it, and the 6-7 is the era of taking you from the 6th king of Mystery Babylon over to the 7th king of Mystery Babylon. And Donnie ends up having a skeleton outfit on. When he comes down, which means he's dead. Donnie is a skeleton. He is dead on the 25th of the movie. Here's your dead presidents again. I think I did that only on Trey Stokes Daily Bible Studies, where I posted that on YouTube. We can bring that up, but you see the dead president, which represents Patrick Swayze, who was in this movie. And here comes Donnie with his skeleton outfit. Donnie is dead. That's what that's telling you right there. Plain and simple, on the 25th. Inspector James Bond also wore the exact same skeleton outfit, representing death. No Time to Die, the following movie, represented Rising. Spectre and No Time to Die. And the movies are linked with the love interest. She was only in those 2 movies out of Daniel Craig's 5 movies. So, beyond fascinating, I'm sure we would all agree. But Jake Gyllenhaal, Love and Other Drugs, has the 58 in the URL of the movie. You can see that because you're watching this on your smart TV, so you can see all the fine print. November 4th, November 24th. The November 4th is a palindrome to the rising date, 5775. There's your 189 again, but look at the weeks. A perfect 825 weeks on Rising Day, which represents death and rising. Now, look at the hours. 1386. I showed y'all just the other day that with my cell phone, I showed you that the Zechariah 11:17 Bible verse is on page 1386 out of my dad's old King James Bible that I use to do my Bible studies on at Trey Stokes Daily Bible Studies. I showed you that just a few videos ago. This is part 51. This is part 50. Yeah, this is part 51, I think. I think it was around part 48, part 49. Sure enough, 825 weeks is a perfect 1386 hours. Do you know what that means? That means that Mr. 138, which is Donald Trump and Simple Gematria, is being 86th on the date of 825. I mean, we got our date. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that we have our date, in my opinion. The other release date, it's got the 180, the 138 with the hours. And remember, we're always told to look at the hours from the movie The Hours with Meryl Streep and Nicole Kidman and a host of others. It's 57:53 in the days there. Anyway. The amount of days from Christopher Nolan to Stanley Kubrick, because 2001: A Space Odyssey versus The Odyssey, right? Both movies. 15344. 34 is murder. The 153 fish represents the church, in my opinion. And the 44 represents the 404 verses of Revelation. Kubrick, born on July 26, which is 726, which is Antichrist in the English gematria, 6 times English ordinal, also known as Sumerian gematria. Christopher Nolan, born July 30th, 1970. When you run Kubrick to our event date, which is the mirror of May 8th, he has the 58 for May 8th baked right into the days. And lo and behold, if you just simply include both dates, you have the date of 8/25. What are the chances of that? Rising 11/7 begins the months 2 days later on Rising Day, no matter what you do, no matter what you include, it's all there. But if you do run them to Rising Day and including both dates, it's 35,827 on day 8/27. Again, Revelation 11:7 to beats Rising Bible verse begins the months. It's really and truly perfection, isn't it? 85 begins the hours on the event day, which most countries write May 8th, 8/5. So at least we know we got our date. That's wonderful, isn't it? Kubrick to Nolan is 42 years, 4 days. 424 coded. Nolan to our event date is 20,048. 20,480. 48, remember, is his name in, I think, reduction gematria. It's in one of the 4 base ciphers, I think, reduction. 49 begins the hours, which is his name with the J that's fused with, that is also a match with Antichrist in that same cipher. So Christopher Nolan, he's popping pretty big for it. So they talked about these songs that shook at a Taylor Swift concert. And this song, Shake It Off, August 18th, 2014. Shake it off. You got hit in the right eye, shake it off. Get up and go be Antichrist. So look at all the biblical numbers to our event day. 12 years, 7 days. 12 is number for the church, 7 is number for cleansing, both prominent Revelation numbers. Or 144 months and 7 days, 144 the end times church, 7 the number for cleansing. Bingo, boingo, bango. The other song that shook was called Ready for It. And we're not ready for it in the flesh, but we are ready for it spiritually if you're baptized by the Holy Spirit. October 24th, 2017. To our event date, 322 is coded. 322 and a 7 for cleansing. It really doesn't get any better than that, does it? Skull and Bones is 322. What do you think? So this is part 51. Love you guys.